Hey folks, Siam here. Sorry for another late night video. It's pretty much just the only time I have in the day to do the crypto stuff. And yeah, as always, the kids are in bed in the very next room, hence the whispering. So I just wanted to give you a little update because I have been sat here for the last few hours just umming and ahhing, and there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment. Basically, the dollar eventually fell as expected. Now I was expecting a bit of a bounce. Now this could just be a fake out, but either way, this is looking either like it could Kobo off this and come back down, or play out that bounce as I was expecting. Either way, it's looking bullish, which it straight away leads me to believe negative price action for stocks. And then when you look at stocks, here we go. Now this is very important. I don't know if you remember the previous video. I said that this looks like a three-eyed monster that's crying. Well, yeah, guess what? We finally had the first bunch of tears, which is, yeah, I'm not allowed to say anything because it's a regulated asset, but I think you can all see what is likely to happen. The FTSE hasn't really been affected, however the Dow Jones, yeah, and then the S&P 500, absolutely critical area, been breached. So what does this mean? This means for Bitcoin, it's bearish, and I think the more I look at this, the higher probability is that we can have a pretty fast move into sort of the 36k level, or between, I would say 36 to 38k, and this is not good for time. I know there's a bit of a low test here, but it's pretty much relevant in here. If you look at this on the sort of the 12-hour chart, it's basically created a little double top, so we should have another move down here, which and also Ether looks like it's doing exactly the same thing. So I'm expecting a bit more falling, at least down to this sort of 3,000 level. Whether it breaks it or not, I don't know at this point in time. I don't think it will. I mean, there is a large confluence of support around here, but it's game over. Well, it's not game over. It's pretty horrendous for Ether if it breaches this $3,000 level. We'll see a very fast move down to sort of 2,000 if that were to happen. But in terms of Bitcoin, I just, looking at this, I'm really thinking we've got, from where the price is right now to somewhere around here, another sort of 10 to maybe even a little bit, it may even spike down. I would say a 10 to 20% drop from where we are now. So where does that lead us for time? Now I know we're migrating over to Wrapped Memo, and that's where all the liquidity is. However, I am still looking at this just for reference, really, and I like just having a bigger puzzle. Now I know this is freaking lines galore and it's going to be an absolute mess for you, but I'm just keeping there for reference for me. These are lines that have been compiled over previous things. Now this is the rising compression, which I really should have taken, even though I called it. And what's happened is that it's created a very strong trend line down here. Now earlier today, when I saw this being breached, I thought, okay, interesting. Because don't forget, there's a very strong trend line which has been, very strong over here as well. So what's actually happening is that we've got a confluence of resistance, this one and this one, which, to be fair, it hasn't actually punched through. It has not punched through, which is not good. When we look at this on Memo, Wrapped Memo, we're seeing similar sort of pictures. So basically, whoops, here we go. We have a bunch of resistance levels here. Now, one other thing I forgot to say. Sorry, going back to time, is that I drew this line a fair while back, and for a fair while it looked pretty much insignificant or irrelevant because it's so far away from this. But look what actually happened. The market crashed all the way down to that very level, this line which I thought looked inconsequential for a while, but it actually reacted off that level and just bounced from it. And so when looking at wrapped memo, let's delete these lines. So first of all, let's draw some fresh lines. Let's look at this on the 4-hour chart. So we've definitely got some sort of resistance or support around here for sure. I think this is a pretty important one here. At the same time, we've got this, and if you were to look on the 1-hour chart, we've got some sort of trend line which it has broken through. But I am bearish. I'm actually pretty damn bearish. I know the backing price is being bought, was being held for the moment. So if we open up Wonderland, just making sure I connected sites, get rid of that. Sorry, I've just been playing around with some stuff. So if we look at the backed price, it's 57k. So the Treasury is buying or is backing memo at that price. So what we're seeing at the moment is obviously the price has risen beyond that, but I actually think we're probably going to go back down here. And the reason being is that I've seen these sorts of sell-offs so many times in my life. Honestly, this is like bread and butter sell-off, textbook candles here. And I know the sentiment is somewhat changing, and it's like, we're back in the race now. But does anyone have an idea of what that looks like to you? This is not good, folks. This is no different to the rise in compression, which I called a while back. And guess what? The more vertical the pullback, the higher the probability of the crash or of the follow through. So I'm expecting another bite of the cherry at around sort of 5. Well, from a technical point of view, we're sort of looking around the 5,000 level. However, what will probably happen, obviously it depends if Sifu's are asleep or not, but yeah, I see at least another move down to sort of 57 at the least before it will be backed up. But again, it really depends how alert he's going to be. I just think from a technical point of view, this is very, very bearish. And when you combine it with the bearishness of Bitcoin, stocks, the dollar, adding negative pressure to crypto and stocks, it's not good. And you also then have to combine this with your own life. So I've got a really freaking busy day tomorrow with meetings and stuff, and I'm not going to be able to look at the charts. And at the moment, I am in capital preservation mode. So what I'm actually going to be doing right now is selling. So I'm just going to be selling. I'm going to go to bed. I'll wake up tomorrow, and even if I see the price at 90, it doesn't matter. I'm in capital preservation mode, and remember, you have to trade what you see, not what you think. And although I think it's quite bullish in terms of fundamentals, we're still going through the shift, and the shift is basically we're slowly phasing out time. We're sort of moving to a one token system, i.e. wrapped memo, and it's confusing the shit out of people. It is confusing a lot of people, and just like we saw with Ohm, when Ohm was version 2 was going out and everything was transferring to G-Ohm, it just confused degen investors just end up selling. And yeah, so unfortunately I'm going to have to protect capital, just like I should have up here. And yeah, right, so let's do this. So I need to open up my account. Right, let's double check them out of there. Good. Go to the sidestep wallet. Righty tighty. Don't really like doing this. Going to sushi. In fact, before we do that, I've got some mints. Actually, I'll leave the mints. I'll just do the wrapped memo that I have. Right, so try again. What's going on here? It's definitely that one, nothing else. There we go. Now I just want to, let's just approve it first. Again, always double check if you have enough AVAX. Oh yeah, 1.3, plenty. Now, how badly are we going to get slipped? 1.25, yeah, not good. So 20, what's that? 20 wrapped memo. Just what is that roughly? So 20 wrapped memo. 49.38, so 49.3, it's roughly 49.38 memo times per wrapped memo. I'm just curious. Okay, it's about 1,000. Right, let's do this in fives. Just 31. What is the fee? The fee is 0.25 wrapped memo. It's really confusing that it's in as in the price is in wrapped memo. Well, isn't that interesting? It's showing you that the wrapped memo price is, oh yeah, that is the price, 67, 68. So it's giving you a lower price, because if you're looking at this price, which is the actual price, that's 68,041, but the price here, 68,804, yeah, about $700 difference there. That's pretty cheeky. In terms of the fee, so there's a liquidity fee provided, so that's what Wonderland will get, and this is what Sushi. So let's just have a little calculate. So let's call it 67390 times 0. Okay, got to be careful here. So it's not. So that's 1%. 0.10125. I think that's the case. $8. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Okay. I think I've already got this, yeah, of course. Right. Can move that to the other page. Has that gone through? Let's have a look. Yes, it has. Let's do another 5. And actually, that's pretty fast anyway, without adjusting the gas fees. That went through pretty fast. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Bearing in mind America's fully awake. Yeah, that was not too bad actually. I like how this, as in the wallet amount, updates quite nicely. So that's just 26 and 30. Right. There we go. And I am out of wrapped memo, unfortunately. As much as I'd like to stay in, I don't feel comfy right now. What has that done to the price? Not much, actually. Yeah, really not much, which is good. Which is very, very good. Barely done much in terms of percentage. Right, hopefully. So I just want to double check. I'm in MIM. That's. There we go. I've still got some memo. And whilst we're here, let's have a look at the price. Screw it. That memo I need to... Yeah, I'm going to sell that memo as well. So if we go back to Wonderland, sorry. Should have done this earlier. Right, I know this is probably really boring. I'm only recording all of these bits and bobs just for the newbies here. State balance, and whilst we're here, I may as well claim. I'm getting towards the end of this vesting period, 10 hours left, so I still can claim some of this. So that's the ETH bit, and then I'm just going to sell it. But yeah, if you're new watching this, hopefully just seeing what I click, it'll basically sink in some of the learnings. You can claim 27. That's quite a lot to claim there, actually. Still got what, another day left. 440 odd five-ish. Yeah. Now I have to reiterate that I'm doing this for capital preservation, and yes, I would like to buy in around the backing price again, if it is around that when I wake up, but I'm more than happy that, you know, if I wake up and the price is, you know, 75,000 or whatever, that I'm cool with that. I just don't want to have that tail risk at the moment where things are in a state of transition and things haven't really settled down yet. So right, let's just refresh this. Now obviously, because of the way that this is, if you have to basically wrap up your memo, so you have to wrap it up, and then you got to sell your wrapped memo on Sushi. Siam. If I refresh this now, we should have the two. Yeah, there we go. Let's swap that. Confirm the swap. And we can do that. That's all done. Don't need this anymore. Or not for the moment. Let's disconnect Wonderland and disconnect Sushi. We don't need it. And then I just do one, just cancel that. So yeah, in MIM, that's it for now. And then I just, these are not accurate numbers, but I do check it. Let's get rid of that one. Yeah. So obviously price is falling a bit. Cool. Right. I will see you soon. I hope that helps. Toodles.